For someone who's lived through the chaos of fame, heartbreak, and constant public attention, like Selena Gomez, you'd think happiness would finally feel like something she's earned. But lately, she opened up about something that caught people off guard. She admitted that even when everything seems perfect, she still struggles to enjoy it fully because deep down, she's afraid it might all disappear. She even said that right after her wedding to Benny Blanco, supposedly one of the happiest moments of her life, she broke down in tears. Before getting into the emotional side of that, let's talk about where this all came from. Selena recently sat down at the Fortune Most Powerful Women Conference in Washington, D.C., and spoke honestly about how she feels. When asked about a previous comment she made, saying she sometimes doesn't feel like she belongs in certain places, Selena opened up even more. Now, this is Selena Gomez we're talking about, the same woman who started Rare Beauty, a company now worth over $2 billion, and who's inspired millions by speaking so openly about mental health. Yet, despite all that success, she admitted she still feels a deep sense of self-doubt. While talking at the event, she revealed that no matter how many good things come her way, there's always this quiet fear in the back of her mind that it won't last. She explained that every time something amazing happens, she starts expecting something bad to follow. In her words, something great happens in my life, I expect something bad to happen, instead of simply enjoying her wins. Whether it's with her career, her business, or her new match, her thoughts quickly drift toward worry. She wonders, what if all this disappears tomorrow? That feeling really struck a chord with people because it's something so many can understand, even if you're not a celebrity. That uneasy fear of losing your happiness after struggling for so long is something a lot of people live with. Selena also revealed that this fear hit her hard right after her wedding. She said, I got married, and then I was sobbing. Not because she was unhappy or regretted her choice, but because she was overwhelmed by emotion. The happiness was so intense that it scared her. It was as if her brain couldn't accept peace after years of heartbreak and She went on to explain that her biggest internal conflict often comes when good things happen. She said, I got married, and then I was sobbing because I was like, I'm going to die the next day. Of course, she didn't mean it literally. It was more about the anxiety that creeps in when life feels too good. It's that quiet fear that when something finally goes right, something else will go wrong soon after. That kind of thinking might sound dramatic, but for someone like Selena, who's been through constant ups and downs in public, it's every time she's tried to find peace, there's been another wave of gossip, heartbreak, or judgment waiting around the corner. So when she talks about happiness feeling risky, it really does make sense. She's experienced moments where joy and pain were never far apart. Her wedding to Benny Blanco was one of those moments that seemed picture perfect from the outside. It took place in California on September 27th, surrounded by close friends and big names like Taylor Swift, Steve Martin, Martin Short, Paul Rudd, Cara Delevingne, Ed Sheeran. It looked like the ultimate fairy tale, something everyone agreed she truly deserved. The ceremony reflected the love and peace she had long been searching for. But even in that perfect moment, while everyone else was celebrating her love story, Selena was quietly dealing with her own thoughts. She was trying to convince herself that it was okay to let herself feel joy, that it was safe to be happy. She admitted that she still has a hard time trusting happiness because part of her worries it might not last. And honestly, that's something many people relate to. When you've been through pain, betrayal, or loss, happiness doesn't always feel comfortable. It can feel fragile, like it could slip away at any second. People who've been hurt deeply often find it difficult to act even when things are going well, and Selena's story captures that perfectly. Her honesty in that moment reminded people that healing doesn't happen overnight. Even with success, love, emotional scars can linger. Selena wasn't just describing sadness, she was showing the real recovery. The part where happiness and fear coexist. She wasn't putting on a show or pretending everything was perfect. She was being real about how complicated it can feel to accept a peace after years of struggle. What stood out most is how self-aware she is. She understands that her fear doesn't make sense logically, but emotionally, it's hard to silence. It's the kind of thought that creeps in quietly, even during the best moments of life. She's learning that happiness doesn't mean the absence of fear. It's about learning to sit with both. And that's what makes words powerful. She wasn't trying to sound inspirational or give advice. She was just being human. Despite all the fame, money, and support, she still faces the same emotional battles that many ordinary people do. It's a reminder that no matter who you are, your mind can still play tricks on you when it comes to happiness. Selena's story isn't about sadness, it's about awareness. It's about acknowledging that even when you've reached your goals, the work of healing continues. Happiness isn't a constant state. It's something you have to allow yourself to feel, and it scares you. So when she says she cried after her wedding, it's not a story about regret, it's about release. It's the body's way of saying, I've survived so much, and I don't know how to handle peace yet. And that honesty is what makes Selena Gomez so relatable. She's living proof that even when life looks perfect from the outside, the heart still needs time to trust that it's safe. If there's one person who's stood by Selena through every high and low, it's Taylor Swift. During the same Fortune Summit, Selena opened up about how much Taylor has supported her, not just emotionally, but also in her business life. She described Taylor as one of the most brilliant people I've ever met, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. Selena said, Taylor is incredibly focused, and always gives the best advice. She even laughed, while admitting she's not sure what she's done for Taylor in return, other than simply being there as a friend. That moment showed how humble Selena still is, even after all her success. One piece of advice from Taylor has stayed with Selena and continues to guide her. Taylor once told her, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Selena said that line changed how she thinks about growth and success. It's the mindset that helped her build Rare Beauty into a billion-dollar brand and taught her to surround herself with people who challenge her, instead of compete with her. It's refreshing to see that even with her fame, Selena still values learning from others and staying grounded. Their friendship is something truly rare in Hollywood. It started way back in 2008 during their teenage years, the Jonas Brothers era. Taylor was dating Joe Jonas and Selena was with Nick Jonas. They both went through messy breakups and leaned on each other during that time. Late-night phone calls, long talks about heartbreak, and emotional support built the foundation of their friendship. Despite the chaos of fame and growing up in the spotlight, they never drifted apart. Over the years, they've continued to show up for each other in ways that go beyond social media. They've been seen cheering each other on at concerts, award shows, and major life moments, from Taylor bringing Selena out as a surprise guest during her Reputation tour to Selena publicly supporting every one of Taylor's new albums. Their friendship has always been solid. Taylor's not the type of friend who only posts an I love you message online. She's the kind who actually shows up when it matters. And in an industry as unpredictable as Hollywood, that kind of loyalty is hard to find. If anyone ever doubted how genuine their bond is, what Selena shared later would erase those doubts completely. During Jake Shane's Therapist podcast, Selena talked about how she and Taylor always joked that the best thing they got from their relationships with the Jonas Brothers was each other. Out of all that teenage heartbreak, media chaos, and drama, a true sisterhood was born, and 16 years later, that bond is still strong. Fast forward to today, and Taylor was right there in the front row at Selena's wedding to Benny Blanco. She didn't just attend, she gave a touching speech that left everyone emotional. During an appearance on The Tonight Show, Taylor talked about how she reminisced about their early days, their wild teenage outfits, the lessons they learned together, and how proud she was to see Selena finally get her. She said, I got to see her be the most elegant, gorgeous, not only bride, but just vision that I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything so beautiful as her wedding day. That's not something you say about just a friend. That's what family says. Their story feels poetic. Two girls who once bonded over heartbreak now standing side by side, celebrating love, growth, and survival. They've evolved from the heartbreaks that once defined them into women who've learned to protect their peace and cherish genuine relationships. Selena's story feels like it's come full circle, from the ups and downs of her past relationships to her struggles with mental health and self-acceptance, and now to finding love with Benny Blanco. Through it all, she hasn't lost her softness. She's still that deeply emotional person who feels everything strongly, even the joy she sometimes has trouble holding on to. And maybe that's exactly what makes her loved. She's not trying to be perfect. She's open about her flaws, her fears, and her emotions. She's real. Her friendship with Taylor is a reminder that no matter how famous or successful someone becomes, having someone who truly understands and supports you makes all the difference. It's rare to see a bond like theirs last so long, especially under the constant pressure of fame. But they've proven that genuine connections can survive anything. Selena's journey is a mix of pain, healing, and growth. From the heartbreaks that once left her shattered to now walking down the aisle surrounded by love and loyalty. She's shown that even the kindest, most fragile hearts can find their peace. And the fact that Taylor has been there every step of the way just makes it even more meaningful. Their friendship isn't just built on shared experiences. It's built on love, understanding, and mutual respect. It also reminds us of something deeper. Even when life seems perfect, it's okay to still feel scared. It's okay to worry, to overthink, or to cry. Things feel too good. Selena's openness about that makes her relatable to anyone who's ever struggled to trust happiness. She's not hiding behind fame or pretending everything's fine. She's showing the real human side of success. So the next time you see her smiling or celebrating, know that behind that joy is someone who's worked hard to find peace within herself. She's proof that healing doesn't erase the fear, it teaches you to live it and still move forward. Now, I'd love to know what you think. Do you believe Selena will ever be able to completely relax and enjoy the happiness she's built? Or do you think that lingering fear of losing it will always stay with her? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this story isn't just about Selena.